so utilities like LES can mark their buried lines and you can avoid injury and power outages.
Cinco de Mayo is May 5th, but the party starts early this year at Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina with their street festival on Saturday, May 3rd. Come down to 8th and Q starting at 1 p.m. on May 3rd and see llamas from Sweet and Sassy's Llama Farm until 4 p.m. and enjoy face painting and balloon animals with Miss Shades at 2 p.m. DJ Wyatt will entertain from 6 to 10:30 p.m. There will be drinks, food, and giveaways, and best of all, no cover charge. It's the early Cinco de Mayo Street Festival with Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina, Saturday, May 3rd, beginning at 1 p.m. at 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at cobblecars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G1877747, and G1965599.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid through your county veteran service officer. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer.
Blitz is on. Taylor picks it up. Fires. Touchdown, Nebraska.
Canadian Football League Grey Cup champion.
Taylor again, wide open.
And first-team All-American quarterback Steve Taylor.
5 for Steve Taylor. That is a new Nebraska record.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor.
That's right. It is Wednesday here on 93.7 The Ticket. You know what that means. It's time for weekly rap sessions with the All-American quarterback, Steve Taylor. We've got plenty to talk about this week, as usual. We get into some real estate and some golf and some Husker sports. There's plenty going on in the Husker sports realm, but we also, like, there's certain things that Steve likes to do on Wednesdays that start with W's, and now, Steve, we're adding another one to
Yes, we are. Mix. We got Waffle Wednesday.
Heavenly Waffle Wednesday.
Heavenly Waffle Wednesday. And they are heavenly.
They are.
They are.
That is
so
true.
We got a special guest in the house there. If you haven't made it down to the ticket, come down and get a plate of what?
So we're doing heavenly waffles with sausage or bacon today. We have
Ooh.
sea salt caramel, black raspberry puree, chai spice, honey butter, cinnamon powdered sugar, anything you want.
And it's all healthy stuff.
It is for the most part. It's 13
For the most part.
the heavenly waffles with a little bit of butter and syrup, 13 grams of protein in the finished product.
I know. It's awesome.
There's
awesome.
nothing like them in the world.
Now, we met a few years ago
Yeah.
at Mickey Joseph's house.
We did.
He had you over for like
a couple of things. So we did when he was interviewed by the Sports Illustrated
Yes.
writer. They had us come in and cook brunch for you guys, breakfast. And then Priscilla had us come cook for her 40th
Yes.
birthday party.
Yeah. And that's the first time I had it.
Yeah.
And the gravy and the sausage and the waffles.
Yeah, the chicken and waffle with the
Oh
fennel
man,
sausage
it
gravy.
was the bomb. My wife was we have it in our pantry.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know where she gets it.
All the
Where
time.
are you located? How can you get Heavenly Waffles?
So we now are in all 225 Hy-Vee health markets.
Okay.
The Midwest region of Costco, the Northwest region of Costco, we're going to get set pretty soon. 240 Harris Teeters, 110 Rayleighs, Lunds and Byerly's, Market District, Market of Choice, Better Health Market, Fruitful Yield, a lot. We've grown.
Yes.
Since the last you and I talked, we have picked up 10 really, including Costco, 10 retailers totaling 750 stores.
That's so cool.
It's nuts.
I mean, it's great to hear because you had a huge opportunity to go on Shark Tank, which we talked about.
Right.
Right. And you guys had some things going on and I don't think it was.
We didn't want to do Shark Tank because ABC takes 10% for life on top of the sharks.
That's a lot. Yeah.
And so we brought on kind of our own Shark Tank. Our CEO and CFO have exited, I don't know how many companies.
But that's quite the invitation to even be considered to be on Shark Tank. So
well,
obviously
we didn't get invited. We went in and did all of the pre-information, and then we were like, and then we found out that they took 10%.
Gotcha.
ABC took 10%. So we were like, no, we'll just do this the way we're doing it.
Well,
we'll be good.
My wife's a great cook. I mean, people ask. I mean, she's a great cook, and we have your waffles at home. They're not as good as yours, but
I need to have her. I'll give her a
They're
lesson.
good.
I'll make her a master. It'll be simple.
Okay.
There's probably 2 tweaks, and I'll make her
Is
make
that-
them just
they-
as good.
They're good, and they're so light.
Yeah.
They're so light, and they're so fluffy, and they're just awesome. So anyway,
Well, I think that one of the things why they're so light is because we mix them with club soda and egg and oil,
club soda.
or anything carbonated, poppy, bubbly, beer, champagne.
Wow.
Plus, we've replaced 40% of the traditional flour with dry yogurt.
Wow. So how did this come about? Because he's a good-looking guy. You're a famous model and everything, right? I mean,
Infamous.
Well,
former.
no, you had a pretty extravagant life. So tell us about your whole career, how this came about, and everything.
So for I think 15 years of my adult life, from the time I was like 22 until I was 37, I modeled all over the world.
Your wife brought in some lovely.
There we go.
Bites,
Taking
and
care. She's taking
it's
care
tasty.
of you.
But go ahead.
I lived in Athens and Madrid and Barcelona and Vienna, Milan, New York, Miami, Chicago, San Francisco, all over the place. Everywhere I would go, I would cook for people. And I started cooking when I was a little kid, 4 years old. And so I would always give recipes out to anybody that, I cooked for. And
that's like a chick magnet too. But go ahead. I don't want to digress.
Well,
go ahead.
People say that the way to a man's heart is through their stomach. It's kind of the way to a woman's heart too.
It is.
So, there was one recipe that I kind of held on to, and it was a pancake crepe recipe I had created using some ingredients of a pancake recipe my mom made, some ingredients of a pancake recipe my grandma made. And one day there wasn't one of the ingredients, which was sour cream, but there was yogurt in the refrigerator.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, that'll work. So over the years, I just kind of tweaked it so it was constant. And then when I retired from modeling, I moved back to Omaha. I trademarked the name Pan Crepes, which is what I initially sold them under.
Okay.
We did the farmer's market in Omaha. We had them in like 7 restaurants. We couldn't really market and sell the batter because the shelf life was only 3 weeks.
Gotcha.
And so I ended up moving to Austin, Texas. I went to Le Cordon Bleu, graduated summa cum laude, which I was never a summa cum laude in anything. I was really good at some other things.
Summa cum
laude at that. But so graduated from there, moved back to Omaha, started teaching at Metro's Culinary School while I worked on converting the original batter to a shelf-stable dry mix. We got them into Hy-Vees, and when we would do demos, they would sell out. When we weren't there, they sat on the shelves.
Wow.
So after about 5 years of that, we got out of retail, changed the mixing instructions from adding water to the dry mix to adding club soda and egg and oil, rebranded to Heavenly Waffles, and since then we haven't looked back.
Man, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's just yum, 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 yum.
The fact that they're so healthy and you don't have that hypoglycemic reaction.
Yes.
We partner with the Childhood Diabetes Foundation out of Denver, the Barbara Davis Center out of Boulder.
That's cool.
Kind of crazy.
That's cool. So where are you born and raised?
Born and raised in Omaha.
In Omaha. That's crazy.
Yeah, I followed my now wife to Arizona, dropped out of college, quit playing baseball. I walked on at Nebraska, made the team.
That's right.
Made some bad decisions, quit the team.
Well, we've all had some decisions that weren't the best.
Played at Iowa Western for a year, dropped out of college, followed Kathy to Arizona. We went different directions for 25 years, and that was when I was modeling. And then we reconnected 17 years ago and got married.
That's cool.
Almost 10 years.
Well, I see you all the time, and you guys are awesome.
Well,
we chat and everything. So, Heavenly Waffles are heavenly. They are awesome. They truly are. My wife cooks them, and they're, like I say, they're not as good as yours in the present.
I'm gonna have
they're pretty
her
darn
over.
close. But they're good. And my kids love it.
I'm gonna make her a master.
And we have this picture that we took at Mickey's house with her with the waffles and the champagne or the mimosa, and it's in black and white.
I love it.
It's one of my favorite pictures. And,
send it to me.
I will
post it.
I will do that. No, it's a cool pic. But
Sid's a huge fan of Heavenly Waffles.
Sid is a health nut. Like she's a nurse, and she's actually in Paris right now. All right, with little Nazir and Ty Webster
living the life,
and she loves it. She's a health nut. So
she's a fan of that sausage gravy.
No, she is, because she reads all the ingredients before she puts anything in her body or cooks anything. She reads all the ingredients that's in something.
Food's medicine.
It is. So no, she appreciates you. She loves you, and we have that connection and everything. And
awesome.
She's out doing her thing, and what is it, Bourges, France, or wherever she is. She's having a great time. But anyway, she loves you.
Well, we love her too. She's awesome.
Well, thanks for coming on the show.
You're more than welcome.
We keep getting better and better with WMAT. That's why I love my Wednesdays. We got Wednesday whiskey, we got Wednesday waffles, we got Wednesday white for my phone case now. I love it. It's just, life is great.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks for coming on the show, buddy. I appreciate you.
You betcha. Enjoy your Heavenly Waffle.
I will do just that.
All right.
All right, there he goes. That's Chef Bob Haney of
Bob,
Heavenly Waffles.
You want some of this stuff? It's heavenly, dude.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
No, here, I'm going to walk it over to you.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll eat some Heavenly Waffles. We'll be back with more on Weekly Rap Sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Get ready for the largest dirt late model event in Nebraska, race fans. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is heading to Eagle Raceway's High Bank Heist on Thursday, May 15th through Saturday, May 17th. See the greatest dirt late model stars in the country compete for $10,000 to win on both Thursday and Friday, and an enormous $50,000 to win 75-lap main event on Saturday. The High Bank Heist, May 15th through May 17th at Eagle Raceway. For more info, visit eagleraceway.com. Let's go Lucas Oil Late Model Racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
You don't have to cross your fingers when digging into the ground this spring. Start every project with a call to Nebraska 811 so utilities like LES can mark their buried lines and you can avoid injury and power outages.
Are you a fan of local wine, craft beer, cider, or spirits? Don't miss SIP Nebraska's 12th anniversary celebration May 9th and 10th at Mahoney State Park and join others who share your passion for great drinks. Enjoy unlimited tastings, live music, delicious food, artisans, and lawn games as you celebrate Nebraska's vibrant beverage industry. And when you find one you love, you can buy a bottle to take home. Choose your ticket package at sipnebraska.com. The SIP Nebraska Spring Festival, a Blur event, May 9th and 10th at Mahoney State Park in Ashland.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions on 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket. Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Now back to weekly rap sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's right. We are back here on weekly rap sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor. I'm Jake Bakoven in studio with Steve, and just enjoying our heavenly waffles during the break. We have Chef Bob Haney in for the first segment, and we always welcome him back, but he's here now. If you want to get down to our studios here at 11th and O Street and grab some heavenly waffles. Steve, there's a lot to talk about from this past week.
Oh, yes.
It's nice to do
yes.
a weekly show. We can kind of recap the things of the week. And of course, the Husker games were a big part of it. But I have to ask you what your thoughts are on what is the biggest slide in NFL draft history, I think. Shedeur Sanders going from potentially a first overall pick, and then maybe, okay, he didn't go there, maybe third, maybe, okay, he's dropping all the way to 21, all the way to the 5th round.
Wow.
And it's just it's been mind-boggling for many. Mel Kiper Jr. almost lost his mind reporting on it. What are your? I mean, how do you process this?
It is, but it is not. I mean, when you look at the situation in it, first of all, it's just a sad thing. It's sad because I don't think Shedeur is a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
His skill set is good. I think he could be a solid pro, and he was definitely a first round talent. No question about that, in my opinion. But it's all the other stuff that that played into him slipping in the draft. I think it has nothing to do with him, nothing really to do with his skill set. It's just all the other stuff, and it's just a sad story, you know. And he lost millions of dollars, and hopefully it could be a huge learning lesson if he learns from it. But I don't know if he has. You know, if you look at the latest TikToks, so it's just sad because he's definitely should have been picked within the first round.
Yeah.
But because of all the other stuff, the flamboyancy, the arrogance, the entitlement, and I don't know if he's really like that because when I listen to his interviews, he seems like he's very grounded. But it's all the other stuff, and that's the way social media is. And I think, a lot of NFL teams just didn't want to deal with that. And I thought he may not get drafted at all.
Yeah.
So it's just a sad state, especially when you have a father that's been in that arena throughout his entire life. And the quarterback position is a different position. You may be able to get away with that type of personality at a running back, wide receiver, defensive back. But quarterback, there's a different responsibility. And so I can see why teams did not want to deal with that.
Yeah, it's very interesting because, everything that you can point to, there's a lot of it. Like, okay, he has a big gold chain on. Well, who doesn't have a big gold chain on?
Big, it was bigger than his head.
Right.
Jesus, wow. And not only do you have one chain, you got like 4 chains. I'm like, enough is enough, And I'm all for the success of these kids. I get it. I'm happy for them. But come on. Just come on. You look at, but it's nice to see like the Ward kid, the way he handles himself. And there's been so many throughout the history of the league that have done so. Even Lamar Jackson, guys that have really done some things, like won the Heisman and really done some things, have a different type of take on life and personality. Jalen Hurts, a great kid. Murray from the Cardinals from Oklahoma. These guys carry themselves differently. But when you're a quarterback, there's a different type of responsibility, accountability. And like I said, I can see why the NFL teams, was reluctant to pass, especially when you're not a talent like a Lamar Jackson. I think Shedeur needs help around him. He needs a good offensive line. He needs good receivers, good running backs, and a good system for him to really reach his true potential.
Yeah.
He can't just on his own skill set, I think, win games by himself. So I think that's another reason why he slipped as well.
Yeah, certainly as a pocket passer, it's kind of interesting to see where those guys get drafted and in what way. We've seen the NFL certainly shift to guys that at least can extend the pocket, if you'll put it that way.
And I tell you, I'm tired of seeing him on social media.
Just tired of seeing Shedeur?
I'm tired of seeing Google comes up and it's Shedeur this, Shedeur that, and Shedeur this, and Shedeur that. Who cares?
Yeah.
I'm like, but see, now this is when the real world hits. He's going to learn you're no longer on daddy's team. Daddy's not your head coach or your quarterback. It's going to be a different world for him now. And I wish him the best with it. I hope he can adapt to it. And he should have a chip on his shoulder. He's going to have a lot to prove, but now gloves are off. This is grow up time. So he's going to be on his own. As for Shiloh too, Shiloh has seen that with the draft. I never thought he was that kind of player anyway.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. But now they got to stand on their own 2 feet. And we're going to see what they're all about.
Well, and I think that's kind of what this draft was like, if you're going to take him the 3rd pick overall, then you're going to get everything that he was telling you were going to get coming into the draft. Cameras and changing the franchise legendary and all that.
It was the worst interview anyone could have if that stuff is true.
Right.
If it's true. If it's not, photoshopped and subbed in or subbed out. But even if you're a college kid coming out of college with you got all the accolades in the world academically, and you go in and interview for a job, it just didn't go over well.
Yeah.
There is quiet confidence. There's even confidence. There's even a certain level of cockiness that's accepted,
Yeah.
But it's just too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. So hopefully it's a $50 million learning lesson for him, and even though he's already rich, not rich, but he's, he has
He'll be
made
all right.
4 or 5 million for a couple of years,
Right.
But in the end, you want the respectability of your peers. And in order to get that, you got to do some things on the field and carry yourself in a manner that's respected off the field.
Yeah.
And I hope that's the case with him. I know Deion a little bit, just because of our college days. And it was just a sad thing to see such a high talent slip so far in the draft.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said too, I just think the way the team saw it is, okay, if we could take him in the later rounds, then you kind of put all that stuff to the side, and he has to come in fighting for it, not believing he's already arrived.
It's not looking good. If you just look at it, Cleveland is the worst.
Yeah. The Browns aren't the best ones to pick.
It's not. If you look at history and what they've done to their quarterbacks and the decisions that they've made, I go back to Bernie Kosar is probably the best consistent years they've had in the NFL. I don't know if you know who Kosar is, right? Yeah.
It's been a while. Yeah.
It's been a while, right? But they have not developed quarterbacks, or the quarterbacks have not done well just because of what the management. One thing I've learned in professional football, there's certain organizations that reach a level, whether it's the highest, the pinnacle, or the worst, there's a reason why. It's because of the management of the team.
Yeah.
And this does not make any sense. Off the bat, right now, they drafted the Oregon quarterback Dylan.
Yeah. Dylan Gabriel.
Who's going to get paid, more than likely going to make the team. I think Shador is very difficult to trade. Right.
Yeah,
I can see a trade in the works with someone. You got Flacco.
They got to get rid of somebody. Yeah.
You would think there's only there's 3 spots, right?
Yeah.
And you got a guy that's used to being the guy all of life in Shador, now coming in with all the glitz and glamour and the arrogance and the cockiness and the skill set, but you're the 5th round choice, right? So there's a lot going on, and there will be a lot going on in that locker room.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine, because I remember my situation when my quote was the bonus baby when I went to Edmonton, and they had a guy that was started the year before who was a good quarterback, Tracy Ham. And here I come rolling in, and I had a Porsche at the time, and I was highly taunted and all that kind of stuff, which is okay, right? But, it's a different game. It's a different game. So that locker room will be interesting when camp starts.
Yeah. Did you see the prank calls that were made to him and other NFL draft prospects?
Yeah,
that's crazy, isn't it?
That's the way of the world now.
Yeah.
These kids, they had nothing else to do. It's actually a pretty good prank.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good prank.
It's a good time
right?
to get somebody.
It's in poor taste, but it's a pretty good prank,
Yeah.
obviously, right? But, and it not only did it happen to Shador, it happened to, several players, last year and this year,
Can you imagine that? What was your draft?
Who's the guy on Good Morning America? Michael Strahan. He said, it'd been nice to have call waiting.
Yeah.
Right. We didn't have the technology.
Yeah.
Technology. So it's a good prank. So
yeah.
It was good for that, but man, it's a
poor
bad
taste,
decision.
like you said.
It's an adolescent's decision that someone makes to do a prank and then videotape it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And your dad's a coach in the NFL. Like, come on, man. Wake
Put
up.
it on social media.
How stupid are you?
Yeah, it's just hard to get into the mind of.
I hope it doesn't cost his dad his job.
Well, it didn't cost his dad his job.
He used security breach. So now, but the NFL can learn from it now.
Yeah. So the NFL did end up finding the Atlanta Falcons $250,000.
Oh, they fined him?
$250,000.
Wow.
And defensive coordinator, the father, $100,000.
See, there you go. It hurts his pocketbook because of your adolescent child who's in college. That's terrible, man.
That's bad. I've never $100,000 prank.
He's like he's not my kid. I'll slap him upside the head.
Probably not having the best week there. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Husker games over this last week as well. Certainly different than the spring game that we've seen of the past. A lot of different events going on. It was I kind of felt too, it was interesting because I felt good and somewhat bad about it, right?
You felt good about it?
I did, because finally did what I've been saying for years, which is to incorporate more entertainment elements.
Oh, so you're an entertainment type of guy now.
Yeah. Well, I just I thought for years they could have added a little bit more of that to the spring game.
Really?
And they did that this year with player challenges, stuff like that.
Definitely, yeah.
But the sad part was, of course, that typically Nebraska spring game draws in, low end 40,000 people.
If you had the grade on a scale from 0 being poor, 10 being great, where would you rank the whole spring game situation this year?
Man, that's tough.
You give it a 5?
I'd probably, I enjoyed it, so I'd probably go with a 6, but understanding.
You give it a 6, which is about reflective of our seasons the last couple of years.
Right.
Slightly above 500, right?
Right. I mean, they did a lot of great things. To donating to teammates, what's better than giving back to the kids and Tom Osborne's foundation?
That's a given, so I'm not going to count that, but you should do that anyway. Okay,
right.
Go ahead.
But there's a lot of stuff in there that should be done, I think, and would work on a normal spring game. I just think it wasn't promoted the best, not necessarily because they don't know how to promote.
My wife was talking about that.
Yeah.
And I was talking with some administrators, like I was not getting emails from the university. I was missing emails and I had no idea what was going on for the spring game. I heard things here and there. Now, they did respond saying, hey, you did receive this email and you opened it up. I never remembered opening it up.
Mm-hmm.
But my wife was saying it was not really advertised in a manner that the general public was aware of what's going on.
Not necessarily.
Because she thinks Husker fans still would have showed up for that. I beg to differ on that. I didn't really. It was not. I didn't know what was going on with the spring game, and I'm here every day, right? I'm here. I'm in tune with what's going on with Husker Nation, and I wasn't getting information. I was getting pieces here and there from people, and not quite sure what was going on. So, I tell you what, my highlight of the spring game was Dylan Raiola.
Really? Yeah.
Dude, he threw a ball. If that wasn't fake,
yeah,
it went in. If it wasn't,
I think there's some.
I don't know, but I think it was real.
I think it was real too.
That was, dude. That's really impressive.
Yeah.
So
how impressive is that?
That's impressive.
Here. Yeah.
I think Dylan's a very talented quarterback, and I have this debate with guys. Not forget all the other stuff, but in the end, I think he's a very talented quarterback. I think he has the potential to be a first-round draft pick.
Oh yeah.
I think he throws the ball that well. His knowledge of the game and all that, his skill set will suit well. A little like Shedeur,
mm-hmm.
And he's matured and he's going to get better. So I think he's a very good talent and has a chance to be a first round draft pick. I don't like all the other stuff, but to each his own, right?
Yeah.
But that's pretty impressive, dude. I don't know how much he practiced.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But that's pretty. That was the most impressive thing to me from the spring game.
Yeah, it certainly was, and it wasn't just the 3-point shot, if you will, 40-yard shot that's beyond the 3-point.
Yeah,
line,
Mr. Hall of Famer Terrell Farley is piggybacking all the guys with the tire lifting.
Yeah,
come on,
yeah.
Really, dude, he can't. I did more push-ups than him last year. Come on, man. No, and
they think they could have used you better out there.
Well, I would have maybe done some skill things.
Yeah.
No, they pay me, of course.
Oh yeah.
But no. But they pay me. I may do something, but no, but that was the most impressive thing. The chicken wings and the eating contest, the bench press contest, the fastest guy and all that kind of stuff. I'm not, that does nothing for me.
Yeah.
Maybe for you as an entertainer and my wife, they may enjoy that kind of stuff. But Dylan Raiola, I like games like that.
Yeah.
Skill set games like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course they did it with just about every, kickers were doing it, long snappers were doing it. So they had
no one cares about
just
kickers.
Everybody. Hey, I'm a big fan of kickers.
Okay. All right. It would be fun though. I guess pull someone out of the general public and do a kicking contest.
If they can do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was it? So did you go to the games or just kind of follow it on social media?
No, I did not go to the game. I will admit I will be accountable and I'm not going to go for something like that. I went golfing. But I knew I can watch it on social media and get the inside scoop and everything. But no, I did not attend. I was thinking about it. But I want to see football.
Right.
That's me. I want to see football being played.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. So that's the main reason why I wasn't in attendance.
Well, and again, I think that's why it was not as like we said, maybe they just didn't do the best job of advertising it or getting it out there.
Even if they would have advertised, it's not my cup of tea.
Well, but they started by saying, "Hey, we're not going to have a spring game this year. We'll do something else." And they ended up coming back to it and say, "Well, yeah, we'll have some sort of like variation of scrimmaging."
Yeah.
But if they would have just started and saying, "We're just going to tweak,"
And to be frank with you, I'm not a big fan of watching third, 14 guys scrimmage.
Yeah. So yeah, even football.
That's just
if it's the bottom end of the roster.
That's my standard. Kudos to those guys and good luck to those guys. I appreciate it, but that's not where I am.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in watching guys that's not going to make the roster.
Yeah, well, and
that's just me. That's just me.
I think the lack of not having any TV there, which again they're doing all this to avoid, their typical spring game,
avoid poaching, avoid
yeah.
poaching.
Yeah,
dude, I watched the Michigan spring game. I even watched, which was the worst thing to watch. I watched what I call the bubblehead spring game with Rutgers.
Okay.
Everyone in the world had those concussion helmets on.
Yeah. Just look silly.
It looked silly, dude.
Yeah.
Their heads were huge. They all look like they were miniature guys. Like they're all 5'9", if playing football, and it was not fun to watch. But the Michigan spring game was fun to watch. They actually scrimmaged, dude.
Yeah.
They scrimmaged. I mean, now they didn't return punts and kickoffs, but they were live, and I did watch that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so that can be done at the collegiate level.
Yeah.
There's still some risk to injury, but you can still scrimmage and see what you have and give something to the general public to see what we have on the roster.
Yeah, I hope it, in the future we'll see kind of maybe the spring portal shut down or something of that to that degree. Roster management can be figured out a little bit easier, and we can get back to the spring game because it really is. It's an 8th Husker home game. Nebraska, you get 7 of them a year. For Nebraska, it's an 8th. For a lot of teams across college football, it's not.
I think that tradition can continue at the college level, even with the NI package, because you can protect your guys that are making a huge money.
Yeah,
and protect them from injury, but you have to scrimmage because even professional. I talked to a colleague of mine who's an All-Pro, played 10 or 12 years in NFL. They had inter squad scrimmages, and they scrimmaged against other teams in the NFL, like we did in the CFL. We scrimmaged opposing teams, and it was live, right? And guys were making money and being paid. So it's structured where you can still have a true scrimmage to see, what you have on your roster. And I think that's very manageable at the collegiate. First of all, injury is always a risk, whether it's fall camp, spring ball, or whatever. There's always a risk when you play a gladiator sport like football. But I think the spring ball tradition, you can continue that at the collegiate level.
Yeah.
And you can be mindful of that. You can structure it well. You can reduce the chance of injury, but you can also have a true scrimmage to see what you have on your squad.
Yeah.
That can be accomplished at the collegiate level. It just depends on what schools want to go that direction.
Yeah. Like you said, many schools did. Hopefully Nebraska will get back to that in the future. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. We've got one more segment with the All-American quarterback, Steve Taylor. We'll do that next year on 93.7 The Ticket.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions on 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln. Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden Bay crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Cinco de Mayo is May 5th, but the party starts early this year at Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina with their street festival on Saturday, May 3rd. Come down to 8th and Q starting at 1 p.m. on May 3rd and see llamas from Sweet and Sassy's Llama Farm until 4 p.m. and enjoy face painting and balloon animals with Miss Shades at 2 p.m. DJ Wyatt will entertain from 6 to 10:30 p.m. There will be drinks, food, and giveaways, and best of all, no cover charge. It's the early Cinco de Mayo Street Festival with Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina, Saturday, May 3rd, beginning at 1 p.m. at 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and my schedule can get a little hectic. From softball practices to going to class, traveling for games, spending time with family, and catching up with friends, I am always on the go. I want a bank that can help me from anywhere, but also be there when I need them. That's Midwest Bank. They have the same mobile banking technology as those big banks, but have that hometown feel that I like every time I walk through the doors. They make banking easy no matter where I am. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Outside is where winter adventure unfolds. On frozen lakes, icy landscapes, and snow-covered slopes, feeling the cold air rush by as you race downhill. The freedom of gliding with ease and the warmth of being together. From epic sled rides to the fun of ice fishing, it's all right here beneath Nebraska skies. Start your winter adventure at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Associations and this station.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to weekly rap sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back on weekly rap sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor. Did want to give you a quick update. I know a lot of people were looking into the transfer potential of Shamar Brown, who had Nebraska down to his final three. Said he was going to announce a few days ago. At least there was reports that he was going to announce. So it looked to be between Nebraska and Miami at the time. Cal all of a sudden came in. They were expected to be the team that ultimately signed him. And now Pete Nakos, who worked for On3, and he was the one that said Cal is now the front runner, just tweeted out, I've changed my confidence level for Shamar Brown to land at Cal from 70% to 0%. Oh. Cal gave him time to sign, but is now moving on, is now turned into a two-team race. So
what's the point of difference, Bach?
I don't know. It looks like it's coming back down to Nebraska and Miami. It seems to be
weather?
A bidding war, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Where would you go? If you're in, where would you go, Bach? I'm putting you on the spot. Where would you go?
Well,
I know where I would go.
For context, he is an Omaha kid. So played in high school, so you might get some of the hometown discount if you are there.
You got NIL money. You can fly your parents wherever you want to go.
It could be.
Where would you go, Bach?
Well,
where would you go? Where would you go?
How can you deny the dream of playing at Nebraska, right?
Good answer.
You still have NIL money. You can go down to Miami for vacations.
Good answer. I know where I would go.
Yeah, it's there's certain
unfortunately I know where I would go.
There's certain things that are hard to recruit against, in the beach and weather down there, and some of the sites. Maybe
you would come here. Good for you.
I don't know. I'd have to think long and hard about it.
It's raining outside right now.
I did not necessarily say that. Yeah,
no, it's not raining, so hopefully.
Have you spent a lot of time in Miami? Or not really?
No, I'm not a big fan of Miami.
Not a beach guy.
Now, Siesta Key, Florida. I spent some time there.
Yeah.
Tampa.
Yeah.
I like Florida in January, February, and March.
Oh yeah. A little snow.
After that, I'm
snowbird.
Maybe April. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done with Florida. I was down there in July and August, dude, and it felt like there was a heat lamp right above my bald head.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm never coming back here. I'm never going to Florida in July and August, and I'm never ever going back to Fresno in July and August.
Oh yeah,
it's too freaking hot, man.
That's ridiculous. What I thought. I thought about moving to Arizona, and so I went down there and for like a week with my friend.
In Florida, man, you get those monsoons, dude. Like it'd be perfectly nice, and then like for 15, 20 minutes, it would just downpour with golf ball size rain.
Yeah.
And flood. And then like you're done. I wouldn't even wash my car. It's like ridiculous. And they're not the city's not built to handle all that water. So no, I would not live there.
So maybe after all you would pick Nebraska over Miami?
Depends on the money, man.
Yeah.
Right now
it's gonna be talking.
It's about the money.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. That's where we are. And speaking of the money too,
but Nebraska has money.
Nebraska has
1890
money.
has tons of money. Where's your shirt today, by the way?
I didn't wear my 1890.
They took it away from you.
I think I wore it yesterday.
Okay.
You think it in one?
You should have one for every day.
I should. Yeah. Well, I got to go talk to 1890 about it.
All right. You don't have any red on today. Wednesday, you got to have black or red on. You got these gloomy
or white,
gloomy colors on today.
Yeah. Well, it's raining outside, so I figured.
Okay. All right. I give you
gloomy
you dress for the weather.
That's right. Good. Speaking of the money these days, this is interesting and where it's going. So Texas's NIL budget is reportedly, this is from Houston Chronicle,
50 million.
Between 35 and 40 million.
Oh, I was close.
This includes money from revenue sharing. Thought to be last year, the most last year. Ohio State had a $20 million last season. $20 million roster last season, which is believed to be the highest in the nation. Now, 1 year later, it looks like Texas is amping that up to 35 to 40 million. That's makes you think about where it's going to be in 5 or 6 years.
Oh man, how good it is to be a college athlete right now.
It is.
You can be set literally for life at 18 or 19, 20 years old. Set. I know I would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly if you invest properly. They'd be good to go.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so kudos to those guys and to be born in that decade or whatever, that time frame. That's pretty cool. Good for them.
Well,
and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
I'm a lover for that. I love that. I think it's great.
Do you like the where college football is now? Are you intrigued?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm behind it 1,000%.
Yeah.
You know,
just for the sake of
they're
players
profiting
getting paid,
off you. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's a great chance to get a good education and to make tons of money if you're fortunate enough to have the abilities to play D1 football.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm 100% behind it. I think it's great. You know, just like I was lucky I wasn't born in the 60s.
Right.
You know, I can imagine what the civil rights movements would have been like, you know, and live through all that stuff. And, you know, so we benefited from that, you know, and where we are today. So no, I'm happy for those kids. It's a great opportunity. And that's why the Shedeur Sanders was such a sad thing, because he could do so much good for the world with his status. I mean, the kid from Miami, Ward, is a great kid. The way he handled the draft and everything. There's just so much good you can do versus buying, you know, Bugattis and gold chains and everything. And I'm all for nice things, and you've worked hard. There's nothing wrong with that. So don't misunderstand me. But I think there is a balance.
Yeah.
And that's why that whole thing is a sad thing, especially with all the success his dad has had, Deion, on and off the field. You know, but you can't control what your kids do.
Yeah.
I will say that, because I got 3 girls and they're all different, and you do the best you can raising them, and they don't ultimately make their own decisions and have their own personalities, you know. So, but there is so much you can do. But I love the Jalen Hurts of the world. I love the Ward from Miami. I love how I love Lamar Jackson, what they've done, you know, the kid from Notre Dame, the quarterback. There's so much good you can do at such a young age. I think is really, really cool.
Yeah.
To have that opportunity.
Well, and I think, too, and just pay attention to those stories when they pop up, because sometimes you will see people giving their NIL money back to the community.
Yeah.
And, of course, that doesn't get as many clicks as
it does
somebody spending their money on a Bugatti, like you said.
But Dylan, the kid from Oregon, did some really good things. There are lots of kids out there doing some really great things because of their financial success and their position and being in the limelight and what they can do for the community. So I think that's cool.
Yeah. So very interesting, and like we always say with college football, no matter what's going off the field, once you get the helmets colliding on the field, you'll be enjoying it, regardless of how much they get paid.
For sure.
Yeah. All right, that'll wrap it up for weekly wrap sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor for the week. We'll talk to him next week. DP in for one-on-one coming up next year, 93.7 The Ticket.
Authentic Mexican food is not always easy to find, but you can find it in Lincoln at Tacos Los Hermanos. Their birria tacos are worth the drive from anywhere in town, but their chicken, chorizo, al pastor, and asada tacos are also worth the trip. You can also try any of those meats in a burrito or quesadilla. You won't find a better toppings bar in the area or better dessert options. If you can't get there, don't worry, they do deliver as well. Stop by Tacos Los Hermanos for lunch or dinner today at 70th and Havelock Streets in Lincoln.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace.